Hey guys, Jeremy from Vanquatics. I want to go over a little product review on this multi surface skimmer. See if it can handle one of the biggest issues we have in freshwater aquariums sometimes, especially getting plants in, and sometimes even without, and that's duckweed. Okay guys, we're going to do a simple product review on this multi surface skimmer. Basically it attaches to hang on back, intakes for canister filters if they're small enough, basically anything that'll fit on there. The point is this will float at the surface level, get any type of biofilm, or in our case hopefully can eliminate duckweed. Get it all out there and it sucks in. It still has your standard intake for the hang on back, so both of them will go in here from both directions. All your gunk off the top along with all your regular water coming in goes up through here and then through your hang on back. For the hang on back for the test, this is a Cascade Power Filter 150. Just one I had laying around, so we're going to test it on that and see if it works. Okay everybody, we're going to demonstrate how to put this multi-surface skimmer on your standard hang on the back. The first thing you're going to do is check your intake, because you know about where your water level is going to be. You want to make sure wherever you put this on that this is going to reach, because if you have your extension tube, let's say on a really deep tank, your surface skimmer is not going to reach the top because it's only that long. So what we're going to want to do, move that all the way down, put that back in there. And on these, it's a lot easier. Just take this out. Okay, we're going to take off the strainer or the guard. Go ahead and loosen that all the way up. Place your intake on the surface skimmer. Move this up. You're just going to tighten it. Hold that in place. Just tighten it until it gets a little snug. Basically, you don't want to over tighten it and then break it, just to make sure that you got a nice seal. Once you got that, you go ahead and put it back on. And just double check one last time, make sure the skimmer is going to go up to the water level, which as long as the water level is below here, which on the tank we will have it will be, and that'll be fine. If not, you'll have to remove a piece of your extension just to make sure that it's small enough, but it should fit most hang-on backs that I went around and checked some of mine. So it fits on this and it fits on the aqua clears also. So that's basically it. We're going to go ahead and go put this on a tank and see if it works. Okay, here's the tank we're going to test it on. This tank was full of water lettuce and duckweed. I manually removed a lot of it with the net, but as you can see, there's still plenty of it in here. We're going to manually take out the rest of this water lettuce and see if anything on here can get the rest of this duckweed. Now you'll notice there's not a whole lot, but this is just to test to see if it gets everything out of it. So see you back after we get it hooked up. Okay, first of all, just excuse how dirty this tank is. Part of the reason why I'm in the middle of cleaning it, because I'm breaking it down. But as you can see, we have the skimmer hooked up. Now, this hang-on back's not in the best shape, so this could do a lot better if it had a better hang-on back. So we might try that later. But the point you can see, is that the duckweed does go through and does get sucked up by the surface skimmer. So this might be a nice little easy temporary fix. Now of course you can see is because I've got a power head going that it kind of moves by pretty quick. So if you had less flow, it probably would work a lot better. But it is sucking it up. We'll see if it becomes a problem. I'll let it go for a couple hours, check the hang-on back, make sure there's not too much duckweed getting stuck in the impeller. But it works. So this may be a solution for those of you who have duckweed in your tanks and trying to find an easy way to get rid of it without having to do a whole lot of work yourself. We'll check back in about an hour. Okay, it's been about an hour. As you can see, the majority of the duckweed, and there's a few little stragglers just because you got, circulation going this way, circulation coming this way, so it's all fighting each other. But for the most part, I'm going to take this apart and see how much is in there, but for the most part it looks like it actually did what we were wanting it to, because this cleaned out a lot more duckweed than I thought it was going to. So I'm going to take it apart and see how much got stuck in the filter. Just a quick little update. I've noticed if you make sure your intake tube is down in the water low enough so this is actually floating and able to move around, the friction actually helps the duckweed go through the little grates a little bit easier, and you actually, if you can look down in, you get a lot better suction, a lot more suction off the top. So just as a hint or tip, that whenever you're putting these on, make sure that this is just freely just kind of floating there. You'll see it almost like a little wobbling, and watch, just a nice little spiral. Works way better than whenever before. Well, you can't see it now, but whenever it was all the way down, it wasn't sucking nearly as fast. That little bit of extra movement helps anything from getting stuck in all these little slots. So, just a friendly tip. Okay, let's see how much duckweed we got actually in this thing. Take this off first. Inspect that. A little bit of something on there. I don't see any duckweed in there. Here's this little cartridge I put it in here just to see. Yep, there's tons of duckweed in there. I could only imagine if this tank had more duckweed, this probably would be caked. But you can see the whole inside of this is covered in duckweed. And actually, the impeller didn't get any, not a whole lot of duckweed on it. So, it's a good thing. So overall, I would say this was a success. Our new duckweed trap. I'm going to keep testing it and probably go on the website. Okay, this is just my final thoughts on the Multi Surface Skimmer. It does its job. Works out really good on duckweed. If you had biofilm or anything else floating up on your surface, maybe dead leaves from plants transitioning over, stuff like that, it's a really good option. Because even if it doesn't get sucked in, it'll just get stuck to the slots, and you can just pull it up. It's way easier than trying to chase stuff around your tank with a net. So overall, I would say for an easy, less than $20 product, you don't have to use it all the time. Just if you have an issue, you just slap it on your hang-on back, maybe a day, 2 tops, and just be done with it. Put it back in the box until the next time you need it. So I would definitely recommend it for anybody with a freshwater tank, anybody who might have issues with duckweed or any type of biofilm, maybe from wood or anything like that on your tank. Great little product for, like I said, less than 20 bucks. But it will be available on my website as soon as I get more in, now that I've tested it and am satisfied with it. So stay tuned. Jeremy from Vanquatics.